What's good, everybody? Hope you're doing well out there. So today I've decided to spend my day in my studio where I usually make bags, and I have a couple of creative ideas of what I'm gonna do today. One of the ideas is make a face mask out of Dyneema, which is definitely gonna be interesting. And the second idea, I'm not sure if you can see my hydration vest that I'm wearing. So it's a beautiful Salomon hydration vest, amazingly constructed, perfect materials. The only thing I don't like is the color, so I'll probably dye the color. I dye it black. The only problem is I only have leather dye, right, which is definitely going to be interesting. But yeah, those are the projects for today. I'm currently running there, so my atelier is I don't know, 8 kilometers probably away from my home. So I'm running there now. Spent all day in my studio working on the mask. Let's see how it is though, because obviously Dyneema is not the most breathable fabric. So yeah, as you can see, it's a day filled with shenanigans, but it's definitely gonna be interesting. So I just arrived at my studio. By the way, this is one of the George Condo pieces, right, that I was talking about in the last video. This is a second George Condo. It's pretty huge, like 2 by 2 meters. And then we have a smaller one. So this is my running stuff that I have here in my studio, and those are a couple of bags that I currently have. This is the wings bag. This is a custom order briefcase for men. Then we have another wings bag here, and a couple of card holder. But yeah, anyway, so, or maybe to show you what I'm working on these days is a shoulder strap. Alright, military grade hardware, of course, and everything is stitched with those 2 needles, right? No sewing machine. Anyway, I'm digressing. So 2 goals for today, right? The first one is to dye this hydration vest. So the only thing I currently have is good old-fashioned leather dye. Right, let's see how it goes. And then the second project is gonna be 2 face masks made out of Dyneema or whatever material we'll find that works. So yeah, let's get going.
As you can see, I'm using a wool dauber to soak up the dye, and then I can easily apply it on the spots where I want it. And obviously I can use more dye on spots that I want darker, or less dye for the spots that I don't want too dark. So you can hand apply it, which gives you great control.
Right, so I'm pretty happy with the result. If you look at it closely, it looks kind of dirty, exactly how I wanted it, right? I didn't want it whole black, but I wanted the blue to come through, but the black should be more like a dirty, stained kind of look. So I think the look is pretty awesome. I'm currently hanging it up to dry, but in total, I'm pretty happy with it.
I'm doing the 2 masks now. That will probably take like 1 or 2 hours. And I hope that the vest will be fully dried by then, because I have to run home and I don't want any stains on my shirt. Obviously, when I come home, I will put the vest in the washer, right, to get the rest of the dye off. But I think the total result is pretty awesome. Looks pretty cool, kind of dirty, kind of artisanal. It really reminds me of like, I don't want to speak too highly of myself, of course, but this still kind of reminds me of like the Salomon and BBS sneakers, right? It's a technical fabric, and obviously it's the same brand, Salomon, right? But then it has like sort of this artisanal touch to it, and it looks kind of like hand dyed and pretty rough. And it's cool because I'm using the vest like on a regular basis, like at least like 2 or 3 times a week. So I'm pretty happy to look better, because the blue was really too much in my face. Yeah, pretty stoked. So let's get on with the masks now. By the way, this is some pretty sick hardware that I have here. You might have seen this one from my phone case. It's pretty awesome carabiner. Ultra lightweight, looks super heavy, but super rigid. It's meant for climbing, obviously. Then this one here, pretty cool as well, ultra high quality. And then the Cobra buckle that sort of has like a plate and then 2 ends. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Not sure yet what I'm gonna do with those things. Sometimes I just order like hardware to play around with, and this hardware is super high quality, so I'm pretty excited to test things out and just do some random prototyping and stuff. So yeah, stay tuned. Follow Atelier Skinosh on Instagram if you're interested in that kind of stuff. And yes, now finally let's get on with the masks. So what I'm doing now is I'm just tracing the basic pattern of this mask that I have here. And by the way, I've decided not to do a mask like from ground up, but rather to use an existing mask and then customize it. Probably easier and kind of makes more sense, I guess. This is like certified, whatever. So it still has to protect you, right? So I'm just like pimping it basically. So freestyling now. I'll probably cut like Dyneema in that shape and attach it, stitch it by hand, and yeah, just freestyle and see how it goes. I sometimes do like drawings and stuff, but usually I have to freestyle and prototype to see the piece in the flesh and then adjust it. It's just my way of working. Right, so for the first mask, I've decided on this Dyneema ripstop material. You probably know this already. I'm using this side now. And now obviously there has to be some holes or perforation or whatever, right, to breathe, because you can't breathe. You can't breathe with this material, right? Since I'm freestyling, I'll just cut out the pattern and see how it goes. Yeah, just to be clear, don't make a mask out of Dyneema. You will die because you can't breathe, right? Right, so I'm currently adjusting the pattern. So this will be the piece in the middle here that I'll cut out that you can breathe through, right? So you will see the mask through basically. And then I'll cut sides here for the attachment. So I'm currently sewing the top part here, right, like this, because I don't want the top part to be attached to the mask, right? I'll attach it like around the corners here and then on the cutout as well. I'm not sure if I'll do 2 masks, like this takes forever and I still have to run home, right? So I'll probably do the 1 mask and then
yeah, see how it is, and then maybe come back another day and do the second mask as well. But so far, I'm pretty happy. So for this mask, I've decided to use this color side instead of this one. But yeah, let's get going. Oh, there's the little threads here. So this is the final product. You can breathe okay. You can breathe okay. I think I'm pretty satisfied with this. For me, it's just a fun project, you know, like we're stuck at home. So everybody is trying to find like creative ways to pass the time. And that's like one of my creative ways to do a badass mask. This kind of reminds me of like, what's the film with like Jack Nicholson? Hannibal, right? But yeah, pretty satisfied. Project number 1 and project number 2. The vest came out quite nice as well, I think. But yeah, let's run home.
Right, so I just came back home. 1 hour run home, took a quick shower. As you can see, I'm a bit sunburned from the run as well. But I just quickly wanted to show you the vest again. Now, the vest had a chance to dry. And as you can see, the color got a bit lighter as well. So it's not as bright as it was before. But I'm pretty happy with the result, right? It's a bit stained, kind of dirty look. Still has some blue shining through, but it's a lot darker than it was before. And I might actually do a second layer of dye to get even darker spots. And I still haven't had a chance to wash it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see the result from the second dye and after how it is after the wash, etc. But so far I'm pretty happy with the results. Again, I used leather dye, right? Not the regular dye. 2 reasons. First of all the stores were closed, so I didn't have any access to regular dye. And second, I didn't want like a uniform coating, right? I wanted to have like darker stains and then lighter areas, etc. So yeah, pretty cool and fun experiment during those weird Corona times, and pretty happy with the results. So now the second piece that we did is the mask that we customized with a Dyneema layer. Looks pretty cool in my opinion. As you can see, some stitching here. Everything obviously is hand stitched, and you still have room to breathe down here. And you look like Hannibal Lecter, which is cool as well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this fun episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.